When I was 21, I set out to make my first feature film, Zoli's Brain, and I enlisted all this money from family and friends, and I asked hundreds of people to help me with the shoot, and I spent 4 years of my life on it, and then I totally failed. I'm Tiffany Schlane. I'm a mother, filmmaker. I founded the Webby Awards, and this series is about how the future doesn't start somewhere far off in the distance. The future starts here. It took me another 12 years before I built up the courage to want to tackle another feature film. And I did a lot of smaller projects that built along the way to like build my courage. Because, you know, courage is like a muscle. Like you need to constantly strengthen it to get to the bigger projects. So along the way, I found my voice, which was great. Started narrating my own films instead of having a man speak my thoughts. With that first feature film, I gave up at the scary stage. And now that I've learned how to embrace all the stages, the creative process has become a lot more enjoyable to me. And I want to share them with you so that maybe it can help you too. Stage 1, the hunch. Any project starts with a hunch and you have to act on it. It's a total risk because you're just about to jump off a cliff. And you have to go for it if you believe in it. And you have to gather the team around you that you want to jump off with you. Stage 2, talk about it.
This brings me to my new project, which is this feature Connected.
Tell your family, tell your friends, tell your community. I mean, they're the ones who are going to support you on the whole treacherous journey on this creative process. So involve them, engage them. Unless, of course, you're an introvert, then don't tell anyone. Shh. Stage 3, and I love this stage. It's the sponge. I'm going to tons of art shows, I'm watching a lot of movies, I'm reading voraciously, I'm asking questions on Facebook and Twitter and going on Pinterest, and I'm just sponging up ideas and trying to formulate my own idea about the subject. Stage 4 is build. I love the word filmmaker because it has maker in it. My team and I are building, we're constructing, we're writing, we're reading, we're collaborating. We're building an armature, the architecture for the project. Stage 5, here's the scary part. Confusion, dread, heart of darkness, forest of fire, doubt, fear. Every project has this stage for me. But the good thing is, as hard as it is, and it is really hard, is that any project, film, art installation, writing, it always gets infinitely better after I've rumbled with all of my fears. Stage 6, take a breather. Literally step away from the project. And now build this into the schedule. Just step away, let it marinate. Don't look at it or think about it. I know that I've completely lost perspective.
But let me just ask you, how long have we been working on the edit?
Since last
We have
August.
no light on you.
Yeah, it was August 1st, maybe.
So, about a year, almost a year.
And what minute are we at?
We're at minute 12.
Stage 7, the love sandwich. This is the first thing I teach anyone who joins my team. Basically, to give constructive feedback, always snuggle it in love. Because we're only human and we're vulnerable. So when I ask for feedback, which I do a lot on my projects, I try to first set expectations on where you are in the project.
And the ending of the film, particularly, is very, very, very rough. In fact, it's so rough.
Then ask for questions in a way that allows for the love sandwich. First, what works for you? Then, what doesn't work for you? Then, what works for you again? If you just ask people for feedback, they'll go straight for the jugular. So the love sandwich, pack it up and bring it with you. Stage 8, the premature breakthrough elation. You will find in a project that you will have many false breakthroughs. And you have to celebrate these little breakthroughs because they're ultimately going to lead to the big breakthrough, which will happen.
We're having another breakthrough. Well, you have to admit there's been a lot of breakthroughs on this film.
I think we're down to 0 minutes. We're down to 0 minutes on the film now.
We're on negative minutes.
We're on negative minutes, but we're feeling good. I don't know why. Stage 9, revisit your notes. I always do this throughout the project, but especially during that last home stretch. Those late nights, that extra mile, usually near a deadline. And then I revisit all my notes and feedback, and I always find the clue. That missing link that brings it all home. take this last picture. 3.5 years. Oh, you're in the Stage 10. I love this part. I've worked for this part. We all deserve this part. Know when you're done. You can really apply these stages to anything in the world. I mean, progress itself. Sometimes it feels like we're going 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we eventually are moving forward. So it's good to kind of understand that it's all a process and it's going to take you to a new place. And I try to remind myself all the time to enjoy the process.
So what is the potential when everyone, including my 10-year-old daughter, has the tools to make and distribute things for the world? I mean, we are in the middle of the biggest explosion and proliferation of voices and creativity that humanity has ever seen.